Man, you come straight out of a coma. Happy Saturday, everybody. I got to let this be known. I've been working out, and I didn't know you can go through puberty twice in life.
What? Puberty
happened once, because that's what this feel like. You ever start being aware of muscles you didn't know you had? And you
because I don't work out. No. Go ahead, though. My bad.
I wish we were all so lucky, because if you knew Clint in 2017 and Clint now, these were two different looking people.
Yeah.
So the fact he said that just stings a little bit more, because he didn't have to do shit.
Yeah.
And he's getting the results that I have to work my ass off to go get.
He said, wait till it, wait till the edibles kick in, wait till that metabolism slow down. That's what.
Well, no, I mean, look, I box, but I don't consider that like muscles. Like
it's
just
so much.
That's cardio.
It is box. It is workout.
That is a workout.
Yeah. All right. Well, no, I box though. I do box like
a lot of people hoop.
Yeah,
I can't hoop my ass.
I can hoop, but if the score, like we play 1-on-1, the score is gonna be 0-0. Because I'm not a shooter. I've come to the conclusion I'm not a shooter. I can rebound, I can block, but as soon as you say put it up, Will, I'm going to pass it to you. That's your mission.
You sound like me.
That was it.
We should have a league talking about we all ass, and let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Is that a pause?
We all ass.
We all ass is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I mean, we all got asses though. Like that's just
Well, all right. Okay. All right.
Biology.
All right.
Yeah, we all got asses, biology wise. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Shot of a Comic Book. I'm your host, of course, Will Pharaoh. Today, I've brought some wonderful guests with me. Mr. Dion and Clint Coley are joining me today because, as y'all know, Wednesday, I said we had a lot of wrestling news that we've been coming out with this week, but we had a lot of movie and television news just come out of nowhere. Yeah. We had trailers dropping. We had announcements for people joining shows, announcement for movie release dates. And so we do got a lot to cover. Now, we both guests won't stay through the entire segment of the episode, but they are going to be here for the dope stuff that we have, and that's our top news. So that's what we're going to start off with, is the top news, and then get into some other television and movie news. But before we get into that, I just want to know, fellas, how we doing? Let's start with Dion. Dion, man, how has life been? It's been a while since you've been on here.
Yeah, reshaping things, man. I think I got complacent with a lot of stuff, and when you get complacent, you get lazy. Get comfortable. Obviously, life adjusts. Moves around, and you say, "Oh shit, I got to start doing different shit, doing different stuff." So I've been, re-strategizing my way of approaching certain moves and rebranding, marketing, promoting other stuff, and yeah, that has been my last 6-7 months, man. Yeah. That's about it. But the new show, my hip hop trivia show, season 2, we shot that a couple weeks ago. Man,
I'm so mad I missed that, man.
Dude, when I tell you, you would have went over with Tony Baker, and he just destroyed that other team. And I was like, damn, this was been Clinton, man. This was been Clinton.
Yeah, man. I was mad. I had to do it.
Yeah, I heard. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, dude. Like every single episode was fire. Yeah, but all that to say is I'm glad it came out. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it, and we think about making it into a board game or something. So sort of like, because we have all the cards to kind of still ask questions and stuff. So that's the long game. But yeah, that's it.
I like how he said that's it. Like that wasn't some dope ass shit that he just said.
Yeah, I feel like I took, I feel like I heard the Oscar music starting to play. I had to kind of take her out.
I told you, you ain't been here in a while, man. You gotta catch us up. Yeah. We had Clint maybe on like couple of months ago and stuff. So the same question to you, Clint, man. How are you? How have things been going in your world?
I mean, things is good, get ready to embark on, what's today? Today is July 13th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry to age this or whatever, but I'm gearing up now to record my next special, my sophomore special, in Chicago on October 27th. So R&B singer PJ Morton allowed me to say, he said, yo, man, you want to work on your shit? Why don't you just come on the road with me? I said, oh, word? He's like, yeah. So I was like, bet. So I'll be touring with him between the whole month of August. The rest of this month, I'll be in New York, fine-tuning my material. I don't know if people know this, but, as a comedian, it's not about the jokes. It's about repetition. Right. If I'm constantly getting up over and over again, doing the set over and over again. I plan to do this set over 100 times by the time I get to Chicago in October 27th. And then also, a lot's happening, man. I'm getting married in 2025. I'm having the birth of my first child in November. Yeah, man, life is good right now. I can't even lie, man. I'm excited. But yeah, I had a rough couple years since COVID, and it's the first year I'm like, oh, all right, like, okay, back, God, I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. I feel like that's the general thing that's been happening for like the folks that I know. Like, kind of a rough couple years, but it seems like everything's steering back into where y'all supposed to be headed.
Right.
It's real good to hear that from the both.
Right. Yeah, man. Like, I just remember real quick back in 2019 going into 2020, like I had a lot of momentum, you know what I mean? Podcast, and I was selling shows out, and I had sold out the Improv. I'm like, all right, nigga, it's on, you know what I mean? And then literally the week after I sold out the Improv, boom. And my momentum stopped, and I, of course, y'all know the rest that happened with me and my family. So it's good. It's good to be like 100% out of that. It is good for me to start a brand new family. I love my mom, love my sister, but it's nothing like your own. You know what I mean? It's nothing like being the chief of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that, man. So yeah. So with that saying, man, keeping that same momentum of having.
Whoa. How are you,
man? I'm cool.
We went into so much. We went to depth. He like, nigga, I'm cool. Yeah.
I don't have that like that. Like they know the shit. Like I'm good. Like I'm. You know what? No, fuck that. I'm blessed. I forgot. I do need to. I told myself.
Yeah.
Start counting. I'm blessed. Like I work from home. I don't have to go report to no crazy ass job. I get to work on this for like Straight Up a Comic Book, being able to sit with my friends, chat. Just started the new Straight Up a Comic Book YouTube page. Kind of moving on from the arcade token stuff, as folks know, just kind of closing that chapter. And two, to that point, that was actually from the advice of Clint. So I actually have to thank you and give you your flowers for that, because that's what led me to fully start like Straight Out of a Comic Book, starting a YouTube from scratch. Instagram, I think the Instagram is at like 20K now, as well as the Facebook.
Beautiful.
TikTok is going up. So and then just the community itself in here is growing as well. So yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's just nice. It's nice to be able to put that focus on myself rather than how I used to work of trying to build a platform for everyone that's doing something to be able to have a new audience to expand their stuff. Now just kind of keeping that focus on me. It's dope. So I do fuck with it a lot, man. So I'm doing good. I ain't got no complaints. Family's good. Hurricane didn't touch them whatsoever. My mom was fucking at HEB while the storm was happening, and apparently just didn't do anything to them. So yeah.
Wow.
Glad to be doing this right now, man.
Yeah, so they're safe, but how's the house?
That's the crazy thing. So that house is blessed by, I think, more than just God. I think God, a shaman. It may be sponsored by one of these high corporations or something, because every time a hurricane hit, that house ain't never affected.
Wow.
And we live in the hood.
Wow, that's dope.
But we like between, I guess, two houses where that shit don't touch. I think the most we've had is like roof damage, and that was it. And it wasn't even bad. It was just like you got to replace like shingles and shit. Yeah. So just like my dad, that shit is bitter and will keep standing tall and outlive all of us.
That's funny.
So yeah. So let's go ahead and get into some of this news that we have heard. And the first thing I want to talk about is X-Men 97. X-Men 97 season 1 dropped. We now have confirmed that a season 2 is coming. Not only do we know a season 2 is coming, a season 3 is also been confirmed, but season 3 will have a new writer at the helm by the name of Matthew Chauncey. Matthew Chauncey is taking over Bo DeMaio's head writing position. Matthew Chauncey is responsible for writing the Marvel's What If series. And is now going to be writing into X-Men 97. Now, for those that don't know, Bo DeMaio did already write out season 2, but they said some changes are going to be made into season 2 with Matthew Chauncey now taking at the helm for season 3. So I want to get y'all thoughts first. Clint, how do you feel about the recent announcement of Matthew Chauncey, the What If writer, now writing X-Men 97?
So at first, when you said that they were replacing Bo DeMaio, I mean, I think we all know how we all feel about Bo DeMaio, man. I think Bo DeMaio is, like, let me tell you something. Bo DeMaio is a genius, right? And he gave me, his vision gave me all the emotions that I didn't know that a cartoon could give me. I was happy. It was great. But I was sad, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like I've never seen, like, the only time I've seen somebody get killed off that we love is in Endgame. I've never seen a cartoon or somebody like they killed off a serious character that is well beloved. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that takes balls and that takes guts. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you explain getting rid of Gambit? You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like that kind of writing is always been, for me, that kind of writing is always appreciated. It's a risk take. And I like that. On the flip side, though, I am a big fan of the series What If. I do think they did a good job in both seasons of What If. Even tackling old stories and bringing in new stories. Like, I never knew about the Native American girl who now I am a huge fan of. You know what I'm saying? So if you're bringing him in, I like it. I do like it. So. At first, I was a little upset with the news when I found out Bo DeMaio got fired, but I'm not mad at. I'm glad they're using somebody who knows the MCU and who does have a creative mind, because you have to have that creative mind when you're making the series like What If, because it has to make sense, but it also has to be interesting enough for us to want to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with this new guy.
Gotcha. Dion, let me ask you, with the success of What If and the success of X-Men 97, we've seen that the successful side, but we've also seen where that cannot go so well with the Justice League movie, moving from Zack Snyder to Josh Whedon, who used to do the Avengers. From the material that you've seen, do you think we're at more risk of seeing that happen, or do you think we'll see the continued success and elevation of X-Men 97 with me?
So I like this first season of What If more than the second season, right? Oh. It was also coming off the heels of the exit of Endgame. And it was kind of like an amalgamation of all the things that could possibly happen with phases 1 through 4. Second season felt like, let's just do a bunch of what ifs and then kind of sprinkle in some season 1 and 1 through 4, because I feel like they didn't have no motivation to move forward with phases 5 through 5 through
7, I believe. 7.
Yeah. So I was just like, it felt like this was like the B side of an album.
No, that's a fair comparison. That's very good
comparison to it. That's such a comparison.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, and it really didn't get me excited. And also, if you really kind of zoom out and look at the season of the What Ifs, they're like singles. They do connect, but can this person create a season where episodes connect? Because these are. Go ahead.
So you're 1000% right, but I also don't hold him accountable for season 2 of What If, and the reason being is because Marvel didn't even, as you can see, Marvel didn't even have a plan after Endgame. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's almost like they were like, here, like, you know, go do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought the whole point of What If was, okay, we were really about to go head on deep into the multiverse saga. And as of right now, and we're saying this before we see Deadpool in about 2 weeks, because we know, you know, that has to do with somewhat of the multiverse just because you're working with the TVA. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know, this is the first time, like, I'm not gonna give him shit because he kind of got shit in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I totally agree. Season 2 was definitely a bunch of singles, but there was some really good, like, you ever see an album, right? And it's like, it may not be a classic album, but there's some really, really, really good singles. Like, I'm going to take Nelly's Country Grammar, for instance. I don't believe it's a classic album, but there were some massive, massive singles on that album that makes me say, okay, like, I could hear some more from Nelly. I can hear some more from Nelly.
I take that.
It was like a Whitney Houston album. It was like I'm
glad I'm glad I'm not the only one who feel that way, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. It's like we know she can sing, but it was like the entire album is not a classic. It's
right. It's decent. It's decent.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's decent.
I definitely was enjoyable. Yeah. I may hear some of the beat tracks that I'm like, okay, don't know too many people listen to it, but run through the whole thing. I gotta go cut my mama grass. I can't be sitting here.
I gotta go cut my mama grass.
Yeah, gravel. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, can't. Yeah. I feel the same way. Like, I enjoy What If. Just still curious though, because of how, even to Dion's point, how it kind of changed and how we even talked about how we kind of felt about even like the whole Captain Carter kind of being forced on us a little bit. I just get a little bit hesitant at how this entire series gets pushed now. And will they push the limits like Bo DeMaio did? Or is he going to, you know, like, cave in and start trying to fill out those check boxes that we've mentioned before?
Dion, you can attest to this, right? As a comedian, right? I never forget this. We're at the Comedy Union. It's 2014-ish, 2015. And I remember, I'm not going to say the comedian's name. I'll type it in the chat. But so D-Lay is on stage, but there's another comedian ready to go next. And he straight up said, I'm not going next after that. And anybody knows, you know, D-Lay, it's not that, you know, he's funny or whatever, but he's a very high energy guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you ain't going to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not me, you know, taking jabs at him or anything. He's just a high energy guy. You know, you know what you're going to get out of him. And if you can't follow that, then it's like, yeah, maybe you should step to the side. And I think this guy from What If, Bo DeMaio, set the bar high. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you got to follow that. And my thing is, if you have any type of competitive spirit in you, if you got to follow that, then you like, look, it's not even that I'm not trying to lose. It's more so, I'm not going into this trying to beat Bo DeMaio. I'm not even going this trying to beat Bo DeMaio, but I am going into this saying he set the standard. Let me continue it. And that's the kind of attitude that I have as a comedian, right? It's like, look, when I was working with DL, I would be the first guy, right? And I'm getting standing ovations. You know what I'm saying? Like, no bullshit. So now it's like the guy after me doesn't have to be better than me. He just has to, like, I set the bar. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. And that's what I think this guy's
I would just say just to the next guy. What's the next guy's name? Do you know his name?
Matthew Chauncey.
Matthew Chauncey. Keep saying next guy. Just stick to the
I do keep saying the next guy.
just stick to the source material, man. Just have fun with it. Combine a couple issues here and there, but you stick to the source material. Nobody won't be upset, man, because just find the favorites of the comic books, and you good, man. I mean, what really the thing that really jacked me up was I really thought Wolverine was up out of here. I said, shit.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
When he snatched, he snatched.
Yeah.
I said, yo, he wild. I would say definitely stick to the source material, but also take chances, man. I know like the fans is watching, they want to see it. But don't try to kill somebody else off. I mean, we all know time travel. Gambit could come back. Morph has came back 5 times.
I think he will. I think he'll come back as one of the 4 horsemen for the
that'd be dope. Yeah, they did show the
Easter egg and stuff.
Yeah,
and I agree in the same thing as y'all saying. Like, bro, create your own path. You already have the source material there, man. Just continue to give us what we want, which is a GOAT show that you've already put out. So,
also, do y'all think they're trying to tie in at all from the original MCU, or should they?
They are. I think they are. I think though it's evolving though, right? Like I think the X-Men, they're slow. Again, they're slowly rolling them out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that after the multiverse saga comes to a conclusion, I think in like 2026, you do know we're about to get the mutant saga. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be an entire different thing. So they do have to tie it in somehow, some way. We're just not going to see it tie in probably until the next Avengers film, Secret Wars or whatever may happen.
After Endgame, nothing connects, and it still bothers me. When did Endgame air?
We know how you feel about everything connected.
Damn,
we know, man.
Everything though, too. You're missing it on a bigger level of connection. Mm-hmm. So it all does connect because what we've established is the comic books are canon in the MCU, which means the television shows are canon. Mm-hmm. So then that means from somewhere, these stories that we're even seeing in the animated version are stories of one of these Earths in the multiverse saga.
Right. I'm fine.
Whether it be a real dimension that's animated like that, or if it's derived from somewhere else. I'm still waiting for the running joke that X-Men the animated series was created by Deadpool. Like,
that would be crazy.
Really want to see, like, that would be so crazy to know him and Stan Lee wrote that shit out together or some shit like that. That he wrote X-Men. But they connect in those ways of like everything is now in the MCU, even the Fox universe, which is what we're gonna get to see in Deadpool and Wolverine. So as it was started off scattered, like you said, I'm starting to see kind of it's just like the end of Loki. I'm starting to see the weaves getting put together.
I do too.
Turned into a tree.
The funny thing is, I thought season 2 was going to tie it together. I thought Quantumania was going to tie everything together. I thought Thor was going to tie it.
They're just trying to. You got to remember, they're trying to introduce new characters, right? Like that is unfortunately, right? Like we got to it's almost like a basketball, baseball, or football team going through a rebuild process, right? And me being a Sixers fan, I mean, we've been told to trust the process. You know what I'm saying? We're tanking. We're trying to get first round draft picks. Again, new players, new system, new everything. And then once it all gels together, now the Sixers have not gelled together, but that's another story for another time. But it's like, I trust Marvel, right? Like if Marvel tells me, yo, man, we got a plan now. We got this. Then I'm going to trust them. Because don't forget too, right? We didn't get the big payoff of everything tying together until Captain America's Civil War, right? Like that's when we finally got the big, like, okay, you're telling all these stories over here, over here, over here, over here. And then finally everything kind of comes together, which sets up what's getting ready to happen in the Infinity Saga.
Wait. Slow down, man. Avengers tied everything together.
No, not necessarily. I don't think the first 2 really tied everything together, right? I think they came together, but don't forget, right? Like by the time we got to Infinity Saga, number one, the Avengers was broken up. You know what I'm saying? Number two, the Avengers meets Guardians of the Galaxy. That never, they didn't, and all of them didn't know each other either, right? Like the Guardians of the Galaxy only, you know, like it was split up into multiple, you know what I'm saying? Like getting to know each other.
Yeah. Avengers
you know
one brought like the top 5 together. Like
right, exactly.
We've seen like the starting 5, and they came together to make to play in the Olympics.
Right,
it wasn't until Infinity War's Endgame. We saw the D League, we saw the International League,
right,
all of it come
right.
through.
We saw Doctor Strange. We see this, you know what I mean? We see Ant-Man. He never, you know, he never, you know, associated with the event. Like now we saw everything come together. So I'm looking.
Was a line that tied everything together. It was like one line, like
it wasn't. No, Doctor Strange was a standalone film. They didn't tie that together with anybody.
With just one line of like saying like, if I wasn't you know, so and so smashing buildings in Sokovia, like you hear like a little line and say, I heard about what's happening.
But they do that. But they do that. They do that. They have done that.
That was sprinkled a lot through. Yeah,
like they've done that. They've done that with
they've done that since like the Incredible Hulk. Like remember, like with Edward Norton, Tony Stark actually came in at the end credit.
And that's all I want.
But that here's the thing. But we've gotten that. We just haven't gotten that. Yes, we've gotten that multiple times, bro. You got to remember, right? First of all, they hinted at the X-Men twice, right? Don't forget, Charles Xavier in the multiverse of madness does have on the green suit, and he does have the orange wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? And then when he comes in, what do you hear? Do 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 do. Like
same thing that we now got confirmed. Fantastic Four wasn't that a trending man in the 60s. We know the Fantastic Four is going to be set in the 60s.
Right. So now it's like if they're set already. Right. So if they're saying that Fantastic Four is set in the 60s, that means that they've been around in the MC, which means somebody knows these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have to tell their backstory. Like there's no way the Fantastic Four didn't know Howard Stark. There's no way they didn't know.
But just to let you know, it's in another world. So it's not 616. The Fantastic Four are not 616.
So even better. So it's like, we're getting small pieces of it. The problem is that they're introducing new characters that we're not in love with yet, right? Like we're not in love with Kamala Khan. We're not in love with She-Hulk.
I wouldn't say that. I fuck with Ms. Marvel now.
No. I'm saying I do too, but I'm saying you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know who Kate Bishop is. You know, I'm looking at this. We didn't know who Echo was and Moon Knight, but also don't forget in Moon Knight, they showed pieces of Pharaoh Ramatut. In Hawkeye, they brought in Kingpin. You know, in Echo, they brought out in Echo, and what's the other girl name? In She-Hulk, they brought out Daredevil. We're about to get a Daredevil series. In Secret Invasion, that is going to have a part, even though Secret Invasion the ending was ass. They're going to have a part of that in Captain America: Brave New World. You know what I'm saying?
The Marvels showing the other X-Men in the
in the post-credit scene. Yeah, and and those are like that is, you know, MCU already beast. They already show, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think they're doing it. They're just not.
Y'all are tying in characters, but at the same time, where is this happening in real time? No one said like, hey, this happened over in New York. Like there's this, like no one's talking. Like we are a unit of people.
You don't think they're going to do that in Deadpool, the next Captain America?
No. To his point, I will say to his point, I don't think we've gotten to where like what is the date that we are in right now? Like
that's fair.
Where is present day? Like if the Marvels was because that's the last one I think that came out movie wise. What time is that happening? Yeah. Is this October such and such 2025? Because Shang-Chi is a few years after Endgame. But for instance, we're going to be talking about Agatha All Along. That's going to be taking place in 2023.
Yeah.
So that's immediate. That's taking place, I believe, immediately after the WandaVision series, right?
Yeah. And it's going to be, I think it's been like 6 months since that's happened. It's right. No, in fact, second up after the events of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That's when it's taken up because Wanda's already passed away. So that's what's supposed to be taking place, and it's supposed to be taking place around Halloween. And so that to Dion's point, we don't know exactly where we are. Like
there's been major attacks in all the phases after 4 and 5, and no one has said like, "Where is so and so at? Where's the?" Or like, "Hey, did you hear what happened in Wakanda? Or did you hear what happened over in New York or Chicago?" Like there has been somebody who tried to attempt to kill the president on secret invasions. Like no one has talked about like these crazy big events or the whole course of hand.
I'm gonna be real. I think Marvel is trying to get their shit together, right? Because I'm looking at the time. No, but think about this. I'm looking at the timeline, and the Marvels was November 10th, 2023, and then right after that, they followed that up with Echo in January of 2024 that we weren't in. And I think they released all 5 episodes at the same time, or I forget what they did. And then we got X-Men 97. But if you notice, in real time, like outside of X-Men 97, in real time, Marvel was taking a 6 to 7 month break.
Yeah.
Right. This is the longest we've ever went without a show and without a movie, which means is that they probably had to do reshoots with Deadpool and Wolverine. They probably had to do reshoots with Captain America, because now it's like, okay, we have a plan. And then let's not forget, right? It looks like Captain America Brave New World is February 2025. The Thunderbolts follow that up right after that in May.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and I think that's where, to Dion's point, I think that's where we start to see that is with Captain America Brave New World. And we'll go ahead and just jump right into there too, as well. So I think if you've seen it, they recently dropped the trailer for Captain America Brave New World. And it did not disappoint in my opinion, but of course we are going to talk about that. But to Dion's point, the questions that he has, I think we're going to now start getting those answers in this film. I think we are going to get where we exactly are in this timeline, what has been happening with here, what has been going on here, and I think we're going to start to get that tied in, hence why they've changed the name to A Brave New World. I think this is where we start to get where is Marvel right now after Endgame has been done.
And what show or movie has been reconned? Like, are they going to keep moving with Secret Invasions? Because I mean, even though it was ass, it was just like Nick Fury didn't even talk about what just happened on Earth. He just went back into Captain Marvel. Like, anyway,
I think and like recently, I was doing clips from that episode where me and Deuce talked about the Marvels. It was like the jump from where he was to the Marvels, because the Marvels is technically the Secret Invasion sequel.
Right.
How do you go from this ran down ass Nick Fury back to Avengers talking shit Fury like that?
Right.
What went on?
And where's your wife? Where's your wife? I thought she was up there with you. Where's your wife? Where's she go?
Supposedly it's supposed to be she's creating a treaty, helping with the treaty for the Skrulls and the Kree, but I'm like, well, y'all show the Skrulls and the Kree in the Marvels.
That nigga cheating.
Wife.
Most importantly, we found out in Secret Invasions that this entire Earth is covered with Skrulls. So this should just be like, nigga, this is chaos. It should be chaos on Earth now, because like, hey, they're aliens here, y'all. They're like, anyway. Whatever. Hey,
so about this chick that got the 2 bangles that's trying to like terraform the planet.
Right. Well, here's the thing, real quick too, right? Like again, the bangles that is a tie-in to Miss Marvel, right? Like they tied that in. But here's what I want to also throw out too, right? Right now we are in phase 5 of the multiverse saga, and the multiverse saga goes up into phase 6. If you notice, right, and this is just maybe the trend with Marvel, right? But I'm looking at the phase 3 films, and the phase 3 films were, Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man, which is the first Spider-Man movie, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, again, another new character. Ant-Man. So like, I think they start tying it in the last, what do you call it? In the last phase of whatever series, whatever saga that we're in. So we're in the multiverse saga, but we're in the second phase. We're in the second phase of the multiverse saga, or phase 5. I don't think things are going to start making sense until phase 6.
Well, I think I had to say I disagree just based off of watching the Captain America trailer. I think we're going to start getting to see things make sense because of where we're seeing setup. And I saw a lot of it within this trailer. So, like, for instance, we see where General Ross is now. And I love the tie-in of just like, yo, you look different. Yeah, they told me shave the beard or I couldn't run for president. I'm like, I had to pause it right now. I was like,
genius.
I like what you did there. But it shows the elevation too of the first tie-in, because it's now we know we're going to find out what happened to the former president and then how Ross became president. We know that's going to be put in there. But now also we know too, Ross is who issues out the Thunderbolts. So we now know we're going to get some kind of reference about the Thunderbolts, maybe even maybe even like, you know, an end credit or something like that that leads us into there. So we know that's there. And we also have confirmation that Winter Soldier is going to be leading up the Thunderbolts. We already know Captain America, Winter Soldier already had a whole show together. So we know they are bound to cross again. Also, too, the biggest question Dion had.
You seen a little bit of it, right?
We saw a little bit of the hand. We saw him flying past the hand. So I can't remember who said it, but I believe you said it, Dion, that they might start mining that hand and starting to use it for actual like pieces, kind of like how they did with Avatar, like how they were trying to find like the rock and stuff and can sell it for a certain amount. I think they may be doing that with that hand, and that's what leads Captain America over there, because they're mining that hand for resources.
Yeah, right. Because my bad, I apologize, but that you've been, first of all, Dion, you've been waiting for Tiamat or what's going on with Tiamat for years now. You know what I mean? Or since, you know, but also let's talk about that for a second, right? So, you know, you got the whole situation with Tiamat finally starting to rise. And to your point, Will, you know, I believe that this movie is going to be centered around the better vibranium, which is animanium, right? And if you got a celestial body in the ocean or in the Arctic or whatever, right, chances are he's made out of some kind of stronger metal than, you know what I'm saying? And now trying to figure out what to do with those resources and how animanium can change. Like, don't forget, the war in Wakanda was about vibranium. You know what I'm saying? Like in the second one, it was about finding and figuring out where the fuck can we get some vibranium. Now it's like, okay, we don't need that. You got vibranium, cool, Wakanda. We're going to find some animanium, and then we're going to figure some shit out. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget the vibranium, even the vibranium piece didn't pay off from Age of Ultron. They mentioned at it, they hinted at it, and it didn't pay off until we actually got to Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I did like. Yes.
And what made me also confirm that was the poster I saw. When you see, of course, we now also know from the trailer, General Ross will become Red Hulk. There's a poster where he's holding the shield and he's bending it, which lets me know, okay, that confirms just what Clint said. We found something more than vibranium, and he's gonna need, and even Captain's gonna need something more than vibranium, just based off of what General Ross just did. And especially because now it's about to become a scarce of it, thanks to Namor. And hopefully, to Dion's point, you tie Namor's stuff into that. Hopefully you'll have that going on where it's just like, yo, we've been trying to get it, man. We've been having these issues going on. We can't get into it. We don't have the clearance to tell y'all loud, but we know like this is what's been going on.
I want to know how they explain where the TM will come out. Like, are they going? Because that was an eternal thing.
Yeah. Now that's.
I want to know how they like. Hey, I need to know how they gonna justify this hand coming out. Because these are gods that didn't say, hey, just give you guys a heads up, this is what happened. I need to know how people are going to try to justify this.
Yeah, also, we need like a funny like bridge to that. Like conspiracy theorist guy and stuff like that, or like someone with a talk show that is consistently talking about this. But like, first it's aliens, now it's this, man. It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on in our world right now that they not telling us?
Facts. And then let's real quick, man. I'm looking at, again, I always go back to the MCU timeline and see what they have coming out, and maybe some things might get explained. There is an Eye of Wakanda series coming out this year, at the end of this year, after Agatha All Along. So that should be interesting, because now if we got Agatha, so there's a between September and Valentine's Day, which is, that's a smooth 5-month period. If they may pull out that Wakanda series and be like, all right, man, like that's going to tie into what Adamantium is, because we don't know who's in it, we don't know what it's about, we don't know anything that's going on. We just know there is a Wakanda series about to happen, which that changes some shit a lot, bro. That changes some shit.
Yeah, it does.
It's in the Indian Ocean. I'm gonna say how far? Tiamu is in the Indian Ocean. So I'm assuming that they're harvesting near, Africa somewhere.
So the Indian Ocean is over. It's not near. It is, but it's not near Africa. The Indian Ocean is closer to, again, India. India, Southeast Asia. You know what I'm saying?
It's like right in the middle of Australia, then Africa, and then kind of up the top.
And it's the smallest ocean too.
Yeah. So it's like almost kind of too, like we're like, I want to say, I don't want to call it not Iran. It's not Iran, and stuff where it's at, but it's kind of like that little pillar right there. But that sets up very well for
who owns it. Who owns it?
Yeah, of who owns it? Because all of that still is right near like the Arabian Sea and stuff. So like India's right there. So you have India there. So, but that's not too far from the Arabian Sea and where Iran, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia is.
It's gonna be a money thing right here.
Yeah, so now
it's gonna be a money thing.
Yeah, so now it's a huge money thing, especially with them right there. Territory for them to not really get in, which now makes sense about Ross's whole thing about now us as a people coming together, because there's a new superpower, because this now elevates the other side of the world, especially what the Indian Ocean is, because you have Kenya there, Somalia over there. You now have a huge race of all these different countries, and then like Indonesia and Malaysia is over there. Yeah. So all of these countries are coming in to try to get a piece of this. There's no telling who they're selling this stuff to, or
that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, because if you remember, in the other one, right, like, or in Avengers: Age of Ultron, and of course the first Black Panther, it was about, what's his name? It was about Claw. Who is stealing vibranium and selling vibranium at a premium price. Somebody is stealing anamantium, or even making isn't Wolverine made out of anamantium?
Well, not made out of, but he was injected with.
He was injected.
But I mean, what you know what I mean, though? Yeah, he's injected with anamantium, right? Which is going to be interesting about that, right? Because they might make a reference to that.
Yeah, like the Weapon X project, they start happening. Yeah. Because he's like, that's right. No, so there is someone running around with it already. So he may, so that may already be happening. But who's to say that someone else may not be getting that treatment? As to say Omega Red.
Right.
That may be an Omega Red reference that they start putting together.
Shoot, maybe Red Hulk is injected with that shit. Who knows?
Yeah, how? I really think that Captain America is going to need this serum to be a super soldier. He's an ordinary dude.
And I think that's what they're going to be working on, because in the trailer, you saw a brief hint of the leader. You remember at the end of the Hulk, big-headed guy.
Yeah, big. Yep, he's going to be in this. Yep.
You got to see a snippet of him, I believe, searching for somebody. So I think also the super soldier serum, is back into play. And I think that is probably what causes General Ross to become Red Hulk, so he could be a deterrent for what's going on. Because let's not forget, there's several characters that are going to get put into play here, as well as villains. And just not only that, of not just villains, but how this now society is established. Because remember, we still got Seth Rollins is going to be in Captain America, and he's supposedly rumored to play King Cobra. So you got the Cobra Society that's also finna be involved in this. And who's to say it's not them that then took over the mining going on in the Indian Ocean, or if they're being fueled for this stuff through that.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I totally agree with that. For me, real quick, I just want my overarching thoughts about the trailer was I see what Marvel is doing. You know what I'm saying? And I see, like they're really about to rev up the, because there's 3 parts to Marvel, right? There's space, what's going on in space. There's what's going on the ground. And then, of course, now there's what's going on in the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? And I think they're attacking all 3. It's just a different
witchcraft.
And the witchcraft. Yeah. But they're attacking all of these, but in different places and in different parts. You know what I mean? This is now the second time we're about to see what's happening on the ground, on Earth, in the world or in the MCU world. Like, what exactly is happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all this. We're like, again, they address Tiamat. They're going to probably address, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way they don't know the Eternals exist now. They're going to address all of this, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Moonlight was it Moon Knight? Yeah, I don't even know what realm is that. A realm is that because it's like a
Moon Knight was on Earth, but it was like a separate, like it's Moon Knight was weird, right? It was a great show, by the way, but it was weird in the sense of they're trying to introduce a brand new character. I don't know if the rest of the world was privy to Khonshu and Moon Knight fighting. I don't think we saw that.
Or they everybody pyramids, man. That should be known somewhere. That should be new.
Yeah, you're right. Knocking over the pyramids is crazy.
Yeah, I think crazy. They treated it kind of like how DC treated Black Adam. Like all that shit would happen on this same realm that was going on. Like the fact that Peacemaker never mentioned Black Adam or anybody mentioned him, but we know in some part of this earth that was going on, and no one's talking about that at all.
Yeah,
right. So it is wild. It is wild. So I got so I also have to say because I know Clint, you may have to get out here in a little bit. Yeah, there's also been talk that of course we know that Giancarlo Esposito is in Captain America, and apparently we kept trying to figure out who will he play. Who is he going to play? We know it's not going to be Charles Xavier, but there is a theory they have figured out who he is playing. And if this is to be true, this goes back to what Dion was talking about as far as connectivity throughout the MCU. So apparently, Giancarlo Esposito is supposed to be playing a guy by the name of J.W. Bridge, which is hilarious because the full name is George Washington Bridge.
Yep.
In Captain America.
George with a J is wild to me. It's always been just like Jeffrey with a G. I don't like it, but go ahead.
I don't like it.
So originally he in the comic book he worked for S.H.I.E.L.D., but we know in the MCU S.H.I.E.L.D. no longer exists. And he was also a part of a group called the Six Pack, which was just a group of mercenaries, kind of like X-Force, but this one was ran by Cable. Now, even in this story, this gets very interesting because in the comic book, he was also part of working for S.H.I.E.L.D. during the Civil War. And in the Civil War comic, the Punisher ends up assassinating Captain America before he faces trials for his crimes during Civil War. And so a hit is put out on Punisher, and J.W. Bridge is one of those assassins that's supposed to go after him. Now, we know the Punisher is set to return in Daredevil, and we also know Giancarlo Esposito's character is supposed to be getting a series as well.
Wow.
So this now helps tie in the Punisher as well as the Thunderbolts. But then to also now add to it, in the current comics, he is a part of a deep state group called Janus. Guess who runs Janus?
Oh,
Norman Osborn.
Wow.
And if you think about it, with Captain America Brave New World, the one thing that we have not seen, again to Dion's point, what new superpower corporations are now in business? We never saw Oscorp. Oscorp could have came up in these last 5 years.
They show Oscorp.
I'm gonna be real. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was real quick. They show Oscorp in Spider-Man 3 as he was kind of flying through the city. You seen it like a real quick.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
You did see it. Yep.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna be real. I like all this for Giancarlo, but I wish they would have made him Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, I was about to say Xavier.
I wish they would have made him Kang the Conqueror.
I mean, but you got to remember too, though, that's still a possibility because we have seen that not everyone follows their destiny for that and ends up as something different in different worlds. So who's to say that one of his versions still couldn't be Kang?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I want, and I hope that Marvel doesn't move away from Kang. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said they weren't. They said they weren't for Avengers 6 is what they're calling it right now. They were still going. No, Avengers 5. They were still the main antagonist is supposed to be Kang.
God, dude, God damn it, dude, he's back, man. My man is back. Let him play his role. Let Jonathan play his role. He good now, yo. Who mad at that?
I mean, shoot. I mean, no, he ain't. This man let
he ain't
hug his gal and lift her up like he ain't there. Like,
right.
See what y'all don't hear, what y'all don't see, man. They cut if you
they did cut it off. They did cut it off.
To the very beginning of the video, you see him give Jonathan some love first. Then he went to Megan. But they cut that part off like, let's just go.
Yeah, but that still don't stop that long ass looking pause that happened after he hugged her.
Right. Because I don't think he expected the lift. I don't think he expected the lift up. I don't think he didn't know that lift up was coming. You know what I mean?
Because as soon as I seen it and I watched Jonathan Majors, it instantly reminded me of Clint. And all I heard was Clint's voice of, I know this nigga didn't just lift my woman up in front of me.
Boy.
Like I know he did. Like, and the way he was moving, I was like, yo, Jonathan about to catch another case.
Facts.
Michael Eli in the fucking
facts.
And the thing is, the asshole person watching the whole time. They didn't turn the camera. They stayed on Jonathan Majors the whole time.
They just say, oh damn, that's like, get this shot. I don't care about D Smoke. You keep
facts.
My homegirls were trying to say Michael Ealy didn't do nothing. I say, you see, I never trust that little green-eyed, light-skinned bastard ever since for colored girls. And
that was the wildest. That was the wildest scene I've ever seen. Real quick, before I gotta jump, I just want to get into Agatha for 2 seconds. Yeah. When I saw the Agatha trailer, I didn't know what the fuck I was watching. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't know what the fuck I was watching. It looked dope. But it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about Agatha that much. I don't like they're about like it's like, you know, they got an Untitled Vision series. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
Here's the thing.
They bring back Scarlet Witch, I'd be fine with it.
I think they are. I think what happens is Scarlet Witch actually gets stuck in the witch's plane, and I think that's the reason why they have to go down the witch's road to go get her. And because they're gonna need her for something in order for Agatha to get her powers back. But here's why I like that Agatha is getting a show. Once I agree completely with you, Clint, I don't give a fuck about Agatha. But Agatha is tied into a lot of stuff that has to do with the mystical realm. And I think something like we discussed with Blade, we have not built that world that's kind of, if you had to put it on something like this is the street level, this is what's behind the curtain of the street level, which is vampires, monsters, all of those things. They have not established that world just yet. And you need stuff like Agatha to be able to start bringing that in, kind of like how Doctor Strange did, rather than taking it and trying to dump it all onto one movie like Blade. And I think that's where they were having their problem. Okay. So I that's why I don't mind Agatha, but I'm glad it's a show rather than them producing a fucking movie for it and trying to, get us to like her.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Senior Clint.
All right, fellas, man. I gotta go ahead, man. The only reason why I'm leaving is because I gotta catch a flight, man. I'm excited to be on this journey, man. Thank you guys for always having me. I can do straight out of a comic book while I'm on the road. We're definitely gonna have to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. So whenever you're doing that, I will make time to have them to do that. I wish we can all go see it together. That's one of the things I don't think as straight out of a comic we've all gone to the movies and gotten the first reaction together. So I want us to do that, man. Or you know what, man, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, what if we all decided because I ain't gonna be back by the time Agatha comes. But we should start like really going to the movies or watching the shows
together,
like as a squad, man. Like, you know, niggas come over the house or somebody's house and let's really get the reaction while we're all watching.
The space right here. Y'all downtown, right?
I'm not downtown, but I mean, they make vehicles, so. And I've been in your space.
Leave your alone, man. Chill out.
I'm hot in here, man. I'm hot there.
Go take it,
y'all, man. Love y'all, man.
Love you too, bro. Safe travels, man.
All right, man. All right.
But yeah, so just even jumping back into the Captain America thing. If that is true about Giancarlo being that character, that ties in a lot of stuff. I think that ties in a whole lot of things, and I think that ties in for us to start seeing what businesses are now taking over. Like, where is the world set? Because I think we still don't even know what Fisk is doing. Like, Fisk is supposed to be running for president.
Yeah. Hold on.
So
what's his first name?
Wilson.
Oh, wow. Hold on. They did that in Echo, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be nice if they tie Kingpin in with the former president we saw in Secret Invasions with the General Ross. That'd be nice to see them three together to kind of fighting for that spot.
Yeah. So I'm just like, so that's why I say I think, to your point, that's where Captain America is going to lead us to. It's going to lead us into seeing where we're set and how we're established in the street and world level.
This is all I want from Captain America. This will calm me the fuck down. If they're debriefing on a crime syndicate of like, this damn earth is crazy. Okay, so in New York we have this. This has happened. We have a team over there that's going to handle that right now. Over here we have the Chicago. If they did like a little timeline that we saw, we've been on the horn with Thor. He's dealing with his own thing. Like, this dude, give me that. This is kind of like, you know, Wakanda's called. They'll try to see if Will's available. They have some sort of issues with so. We had somebody in Chicago. We have, you know, homegirl with the purple hair. You know, because they all in a little organization. So like, just give me a little rundown that, okay, things are tying together with dialogue. We don't have to see the people. Just tell me what have y'all experienced? When a government is attached, they know things.
Yeah.
They're not.
Something else they need to bring up in this too, not with you saying it like that. What happened to the Sokovia Accords? Like, are superheroes still having to register to fight?
Running havoc now.
Yeah, like, because I was just like, and I think, like you said, to your point, that's why we don't know what present day is. And then to be honest, though, I don't think we've seen anything really present day like that. Because I can't even say Ms. Marvel, because we don't know what time Ms. Marvel took place.
Nothing. Because think about every single movie and show, something big happened that the world should know and talk about. The government has talked about it. Like with Spider-Man, nigga, shit shook up. We
the world, the sky cracked open. I know somebody saw that. Somebody got that on film. Somebody was out there like, yo, this finna go viral. I'm finna go up on this. I'm at the top of the Empire State Building.
Yes, man.
Is that a rhino I see up there? Is that thing with a tail? Let me zoom in because I got this iPhone. Nothing.
Yeah, it should be
nothing.
Several podcasts of like, man, I seen a dude with 8 arms run on top of my car. There's a guy who was throwing pumpkins. I seen a lizard.
I'm late with my rent because I was walking downstairs and then some dude on a little hoverboard was talking to this white lady, and then he threw these little pumpkins, and then the pumpkins blew up. And I was stuck in the elevator for like 6 hours. And so like, that's why I ain't got my rent, because when it blew up, I had dropped the envelope and it fell out the elevator till it closed. And I went down, and when I got it, I couldn't find it. Your rent was in there though.
Money gone, yo. Money gone. It was a money order, so I couldn't get the money back. So,
I could get the money back. They wouldn't let me. I had to return, had a receipt and stuff. They didn't give me, receipt was all up in there.
Absolutely.
Stuff. So But I hope we see it. I'm excited for the trailer. And I gotta ask you though, from watching the trailer, maybe it was just me, but when I saw it, it gave me that Winter Soldier type of vibe. Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they just kind of threw that out there to kind of like throw us off. But I was like, don't do the same form. Don't do the Star Wars formula. Don't be like, oh, this worked. This is a favorite. Make them brainwashed. And at the same time, we all know that the Falcon / Captain America just has a suit and a shield. We got to make him powerful, man. Like he doesn't, like, his mouth is open. He can get punched in the face.
This is true. But I think to that point, that's where we'll start to see, like, how does man overseed without having power? And I think that's what makes him that's what's gonna make him a good representation of it, because we have so many people with powers, and the ones that we don't. If you think about it, the ones that really don't have powers, that's the ones we love the most.
Yeah,
we love Daredevil. Like Daredevil got
like Black Widow. That's you like Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Man, you know you like Black Widow, so I don't even know why you're acting like that. You watched it too. You acting like you don't like Black Widow.
No, this your favorite character. This your favorite character?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite characters right there. Winter Soldier. Ain't got no powers.
The hell he does.
What
the hell he does. Winter Soldier has a super serum in him.
Does he?
Yes.
I felt like they never technically confirmed it. It was kind of like they just worked on him.
Remember in Civil War, they said it was a whole super soldier program. They all had them powers.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I started thinking of them as universal soldiers. I was just like, they ain't got no juice in them. They just got them trained right. I don't know why my mind told me.
And he got a metal arm, man.
Yeah, and it showed everything to prove that. Well, Okoye ain't got no powers. Okoye just got a stick.
Yeah,
we like Okoye. Wong don't count because he just read a book, so that's magic. That don't count. You hit him on the head, he get at least
powers though. Definitely powers.
That's like you got a good gun, like Iron Man.
I promise you, it's impenetrable. It would definitely cause some damage.
I can still shoot Wong, and Wong ain't gonna get back up.
Yeah,
Wong is not
getting back up. But he also can do this. And pull the bullet out.
Yeah, if I pop one in his head, he can't do that. He definitely can't do that. Pop one in his head. But to your point, though, he could make a spell that just we can't see and he blocked. Like, did you really think I wouldn't like think about that as the shit I be doing? Of course, I got magic around me, motherfucker.
Pop one in his head is crazy.
But I think we're gonna see that balance of him not wanting to have those powers because of the fact, even seeing Red Hulk, you see General Ross now crossing the line and becoming that. Yeah. And to show like, yo, if we just stand together and have this and do this as normal people, that way we don't have to feel like you need to have powers in order for you to even survive in this world. Right. And I think that's the more bigger story and the bigger like inspiration he wants to give to the people. And I think that's what they're gonna harp on. But I want it to be very clear. I completely agree with Dion, nigga. You need some powers. Just because you're a nigga, you need some powers.
Like, the fact that
I get your message, but you need some powers.
Incredible Hulk. Red Hulk versus an ordinary man, and he's punching your shield.
Nah. I was like, listen, it wasn't the shield that was stopping Cap from them blows. This here,
yes,
is so there's a reason when Thanos came right here, he was able to do this. You as a regular person, your elbows are gonna snap, and all the rest of your arms are gonna come out.
Only thing is left is the shield.
Wait a minute. What happened to the bones in my arms? Why do I look like a T-Rex right now? Wait the fuck. Hold up. I thought the shield was supposed to so the vibranium don't help.
If the Red Hulk did like this to him and he tried to block it like that, it will still stand. It'll be like this, but his body be up under the shield.
Credits. Credits.
Liquid bones.
That's blood. It. Be like, what happened? He's under the whole shield. I've never seen a human smush into a shield.
It was like a magic trick.
He just held it. Shoot. He didn't jump in the ground. All of him is still under there.
There's no sewer up under there. Just know that.
This ain't Mario. He didn't. No.
Yeah.
That is his. Yes, this is all his bone fabrics. You have grinded his bones into dust. It's just blood and paste. We're like, look what you've done. Yeah, I need him to have some kind of power. I get not, because in the comic he has that dilemma of like where I don't want to take the serum because of this or because of that, because of what it represents. And then even too seeing like the original Captain America in the trailer, Isaiah Bradley, we see him try to assassinate the president, but it's because he is apparently triggered by some kind of high-pitched sound, kind of like Winter Soldier, to carry that out and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think just the whole thing of like that, watching Captain and everything like that would be in Frozen. He's just kind of like, no, I'm not supposed to be here that long. I just want to be a representative of this. And I'm just like, nigga, you need an advantage, okay? You couldn't even get a bank loan.
Yeah.
You deserve a win somewhere.
At least get Iron Man suit.
And something.
Yeah, get that.
Fill it with something that's just like some nanotech. They got nanotech now. Like, let your whole suit. Because
I know you're proud of being black, man, and want to show your face, but hey, man, we need to cover you up, brother.
I just don't want to be on something, man. I don't want them to be like, yo, man, I died being on that super soldier serum shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They fucking catch me OD'd out, just like, no, this is not gonna happen to you. Get you some powers.
I didn't want to be with the serum, man. I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to go the easy route.
Daredevil is never going to fight the Hulk. This is why he like Fist. This is the biggest motherfucker I'm gonna fight. After this, y'all on your own. I'm not fighting the Hulk with you.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
And I'm actually curious to know if they're gonna show Winter Soldier, because they didn't show him at all. And will they show Incredible Hulk? Kind of like, hey, this be a good little fight to fight with Red and Green Hulk. But they might say that for the actual Hulk, because I think they own the Incredible Hulk name now, don't they?
I think so. I think next year is to where they can actually do that. And I think they will do a World War Hulk movie now that they've introduced his son into the matter as well.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think it's going to be like as accurate comic book wise, but I think it'll do something with Red Hulk.
Yeah. And I don't know the difference. But why did the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, is the only one that had this happen to him? So and also Red Hulk and She-Hulk. But why isn't it like a whole family, a whole city of Green Hulks?
Well, it is. That's what Planet Hulk is. So there's during the Civil War in the comic books, the Illuminati that they had, the Illuminati was made up of Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, Professor X, and Reed Richards. Mm-hmm. But I think Black Panther didn't join till later. But when the Civil War happened in the comic book, they took a Hulk and shot him to a different planet. So neither side could have him because they weren't sure if they'd be able to control him or if he'd switch sides and shit. So they took him off the board completely. Going there, that's when he gets to Planet Hulk, and then that's when you find all like of his race and stuff like that. And so then they all come back together for World War Hulk. Wow. And that's where he basically takes on for that bullshit. And that's where we see his son and all of that stuff. And his son don't look nothing like how you saw in She-Hulk at all. We were so disappointed.
Yeah.
So disappointed. I was like, okay, y'all trying to make this real family oriented, and I don't like it. I don't like where this is going. But as Clint did mention before he got out of here, we're gonna keep pushing it forward. We get into Agatha all along. Now, look, I know we're not too excited about it, but as I did start doing some research on it and studying it a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for what it's going to bring, not as such as the character themselves. We do know that they're going to be going down the witches road. So pretty much it's like a different type of plane of existence for witches to be able to vast their powers, have their powers tested, to basically just to see if they down as witches, kind of like getting jumped in a gang and stuff.
Yeah.
And the vibes that it's giving me when I watched the trailer was it seems like very Wizard of Oz type. Like they're really following a line of like the Wizard of Oz. You have a whole bunch of misfits together. All of them kind of need something, and they need to go down this road and get to this particular place to get everything that they're gonna need. And I like the elements though, like Halloween. We got that, the witches' brooms. Like I feel like it's going to give us everything that we want. Help us push the MCU story a little further. Not too much. Not too much. I'm not expecting them to go crazy, give us a big ass piece of something, but I think this is a great filler episode for the year that we've had of them kind of taking a break. I think this is a good filler for us to have like that season type of special, especially around Halloween with Agatha.
Right. I also heard that these are going to kind of be, I don't know the word they use is like retconned, as in like they only own. They're not going to be a part of the MCU. It's like the MCU television, MCU like universe. But then there's like I don't know, they had like 3 different versions because like or showcase. That's what they used. With Man Thing or what's it called?
Yeah. Theirs was a Spotlight.
Here we go. So I don't. They say they don't necessarily have to connect. They more like a standalone sort of thing.
Yeah,
but it will feature certain characters, but like don't be too married to a certain character. But then they also said that one of the witches that is featured in Agatha, she controlled Man Thing.
So that's Audrey Plaza's character.
Yeah, that'd be nice if they can kind of feature him a little bit.
Yeah, I think, and I think we will see that. I think we will get a feed just because of the tone that I saw it and everything. And then they also put out Werewolf by Night in color, the color version. They put it out. It gives me that same feel that we'll possibly see Man Thing as they're on the Witches Road. I think we will get a chance to see him, and that's what I like about this one is that, again, it's building this supernatural realm and letting us know a little bit more about what also lies within the MCU, not particularly tying it to the storyline itself, but helping you kind of like, when you play a game and it's like open world, but you got to start playing where you're at in order to start opening up the rest of the world. And it's kind of cloudy. And it's going to show you until you've completed enough missions and then it fills that out. That's what I kind of feel like the MCU is doing with their entire universe. Now, we already know what space look like. We already got our thing for the galaxy, its tone, its aesthetic, everything. We're now going to get established to the new world and how the present day Marvel looks on Earth. Yeah. Then you already have the multiverse, still somewhat established, but it also still got them foggy gray areas. And I think for the supernatural world, you still have a lot of foggy gray areas that you're starting to kind of clear out, starting with Wanda, start with Doctor Strange, and now kind of moving into Agatha, and even to a little bit of Moon Knight. Because Moon Knight helped us learn about the just like the ancestral plane, the other planes of existence that they have. So they're starting to open up the supernatural universe of Marvel for us to see. We now know how to deal with witches. We already have seen monsters with Werewolf by Night, and Blade will introduce us to vampires. How that would really work within the MCU of just showing us, even though they're all on this earth, there's a lot of pockets of what's going on that are separate from each other.
But you know what? It would be dope. Since they're setting up so much stuff, and it's like you said, like ancestral planes and like spiritual planes, they can have their own little Avengers of their own little like sort of universes. Yeah. If it was like the witches versus the vampires versus the,
So you semi have that with Midnight Suns. So Midnight Suns would be technically their Avengers. So that's normally like with Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Blade, and another dude that's kind of like Constantine from DC. But I forget what his name is. But I actually said on the episode of Straight Up a Comic Book, we were talking about Blade and them, like all the issues they've been having production wise. I was saying, someone had asked me, I believe it was King Mike Hall that had asked me, how would you, shape out Blade? And I would say I would do the same way like how they did with Iron Man to Avengers. We want to get to Avengers. And so this is how they set it up. That was the same way I wanted to treat Midnight Suns. I want to get to Midnight Suns. And I know Blade is going to be the best anchor to Midnight Suns. So I wouldn't have necessarily gave him a movie. Well, I actually could have worked with a movie or a TV series. But basically, the way I had it shaped up was the snap took out vampires more than took out half of the vampires' civilization because they half dead. They didn't return, so a lot of their numbers decreased after the snap.
Yeah,
because you can't recreate basically dead flesh. So that was the loophole behind it. So when they died, they couldn't come back. So they've lost a lot of their numbers. And so Blade has been fighting them, trying to really just fully take them out. And then they've partnered with a scientist. I haven't given the scientist's name or who to link it to, but basically they've been told to create a serum that can increase their population without them having to bite people or anything like that. It's like an airborne virus. And if you chosen, it'll turn you into a vampire.
Wow.
And so in order to help fight this, here's where the tie-in comes in. It's still street level. Blade partners with Luke Cage because of his impenetrable skin. He can't be bitten. Help him out because they're all located. The main source of them, which would be I believe the Blood Coven. The Blood Coven is located in New York, and so that's why he's assisting with Luke Cage. Nice. But he needs a little more help getting in. So in brings Elsa Bloodstone from Werewolf by Night, the chick that survived. Her, she is one of the current Midnight Suns in the comic book. So now you have her introduced into the series and helping Blade to try to attack the Blood Coven. And the person that's above the Blood Coven that's doing that is the puppet to this is Lilith. So then that way, Lilith from biblical times. Lilith is technically the first vampire, and Adam's first wife.
Wow.
Eve is in some books. Eve is a side chick, basically. Like, she's the second one that comes along.
I gotta look that up. You said
Lilith. So Lilith. Like Lily, but with a T instead of a Y, it's a TH. Lilith.
Lilith. Okay.
Yeah, but she works for Mephisto. For Mephisto would basically be their Thanos for the Midnight Suns. Yeah, and that's what we would be getting to. And so another member of Midnight Suns currently is Man-Thing, which we will get to see. Wong, which Elsa Bloodstone can introduce Blade to, which already ties Doctor Strange. And so the other current members are Ghost Rider. And then, of course, Ghost Rider could just get his own show, get easily tied in. Moon Knight is already here. Wong just hits us with this, brings him in. And then the other one would be, currently it's Scarlet Spider. But we already know because of the MCU, you could easily tie in Spider-Man. Just time out Spider-Man to be in there, or not have Spider-Man at all with the way we have it set up.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, that gives you structure for Blade to be shown and spotlighted rather than how y'all been trying to write him. And it gives you connectivity to, like you said, these pockets that we have on Earth, supernatural, street level, worldwide events. They all can have their different groups. Midnight Suns, street level, Young Avengers, world level, Avengers.
Right. I love it. It's a dope idea, dude. It's a dope idea.
Yeah. And so you said,
yeah.
So we'll see what they do. So I'm excited to see Agatha all along. Just to see, again, it's a good Halloween feel. I heard it's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be some horrific moments in here. Like, don't let the laughs and stuff in there fool you. It's gonna be some like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Moving to the next episode. So I'll see what they'll do in September.
Yeah, man. I love that they're reshaping things. MCU. I hope they can kind of keep people drawn in like they did with Agatha. They so obviously drugged it out to have it on Halloween, which is a scary feel, and the witches, and just brilliant. Yeah, I feel like they should have like a Christmas show coming up. You know?
I would love another Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas thing. Some with just Groot and Rocket. Give me some with Groot and Rocket.
Yeah.
Or I'd even take Miss Marvel for the Christmas special this year.
I can see it. But I think she's done.
Holiday special. Let me call it.
I heard that she was done. She said she don't want to do it no more because she's like, people didn't like her. This is what I heard. I don't know.
Should be all right. Be all right. I can see if Kate Bishop said that.
Yeah.
I was like, because I like Miss Marvel, but I'm like, and it's nothing to the actress that played Kate Bishop. It's the way they wrote Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we didn't like her. You already put like the way you were handed the reins and stuff. It was okay, but it felt very just like this is a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a major plot point for one of your starting five in the first major film. Like this is how Hawkeye retires. Like okay,
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
So we just got two more stories before we have Dion get out of here, and then we'll jump. And of course, we'll jump to our Q&A. Two quick ones. We found out also Lamorne Morris has been cast in Nicolas Cage's new Spider-Man noir series.
Live action.
Yeah, live action. That's going to be coming out on Amazon. And we also found out that he is cast as Robbie Robertson, which is pretty much the right-hand man of J. Jonah Jameson. So just your quick thoughts, Dion, how you feel about this cast and how you feeling about the Spider-Man noir series coming to Prime?
I'm not even gonna hold you, brother. I'm not even familiar with Robert Robertson or this character at all. So you're gonna have to kind of break it down for me.
Do you remember the Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
Remember when you saw J. Jonah Jameson?
The guy next to him.
The black guy. That's him.
But I didn't know he was. I thought it was. Am I thinking of Harry? The guy with waves?
What's his name from New Jack? The one that had the stutter. That's who played Robbie.
Oh, Robertson. Yes, there we go.
That's Robbie Robertson. So that's the one. That's like J. Jonah Jameson's the other side of that coin. So J. Jonah Jameson's loud and all of this. He's the one that really holds everything down and talks to the people and get a lot of stuff situated.
So is this a part of? Is this like a canon thing, or is it going to be a canon thing, or is it going to be a part of like a young J. Jonah Jameson before?
Well, this takes place in like a different universe because this is like the noir era. So this is like the
right. So will it be black and white?
I believe it will be. I believe all of it is going to be in black and white.
Okay.
So this is during like I want to say like the 1920s or 30s, or maybe even 40s. So it'll be set there, which is I guess why they cast Lamorne Morrison to do it, so they can have kind of a younger version of him. But if it does tie in, it's most likely going to tie into the Spider-Verse movies, the animated shorts. I can see them tying that in, especially with bringing Childish Gambino in as Prowler.
They are?
Did you the last Spider-Man movie?
Hold on, wait. You said they're gonna have Childish Gambino in the
No. I'm saying because of them showing him in that movie live action, I can see them tying this one into the Spider-Verse movies before tying it into the MCU.
It would be dope to at the end either like a end credit, him getting sucked into the multiverse. Yeah. And at the very end, he comes back with a little Rubik's Cube, like, so I gotta tell you what happened. Remember, he was like that
would be dope. That would be dope. And again, too, that possibility might happen because even in the Spider-Man game, they do that. So, like one of the Spider-Man in the last video game, one of the side missions is you're collecting these like random bots, like spider bots that's been scattered around the city, and they all look different and like kind of like a dedication to all the different Spider-Mans and comics and stuff. And once you're done, you bring them to this location that's in like this alleyway. And on the wall, a portal opens up, and it's that chick from the bar that's in Spider-Verse. And you hand them back the spiders.
Wow.
And then it closes because you have to play it as Miles too. You can't even go drop him off as Spider-Man. You have to play him as Miles. And it shows that. So it's just like, oh, snap. We might get the video game version in the next movie too. So it's just like, I see them more in that realm when they're doing these outside Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I'm also worried about Sony because they're really Spider-Man is anchoring on this damn Spider-Man, and all the other movies has been trash, yo.
Ass.
I'm rooting for Craven. I'm not rooting for Craven.
No, I'm not. Y'all had one job. You had one job.
Yeah.
Because Craven's story writes itself. All you had to do was tell a movie about a dude that's dying that inject himself with a whole bunch of shit and go fight a whole bunch of people in the Congos and the jungles of the Sahara, Africa, wherever the fuck he at. You could have made the whole aesthetic look like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, one of my top 10 favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you gonna put this dude lined up with a lion, give him lion eyes, and then somehow he's in tune and talk with nature like he's fucking Tarzan or something, and is running around here. And just for kicks, we're gonna throw in Russell Crowe. Yeah. You basic bitches.
Yeah,
you had one shot at getting this right.
You think it's gonna tank?
Man, fuck yeah, that shit gonna tank.
Damn it, man.
Fuck yeah, that shit gonna tank. Because the problem is they make these movies. It's kind of like how they did when Fox started first making Marvel movies. It's not about the comic. It's more about, okay, we're going to make a movie and we're going to use this comic book character as reference, but we're not going to use none of the comic book as reference.
Wow.
It's the same shit they did with Madam Web. Madam Web is a dope psychological thriller if you include nothing in the Batman.
Yeah.
If you'd have said a clairvoyant ambulance person is seeing the future and is witnessing the death of 3 women by this mysterious guy that could still dress up in the reference of a spider, like he's just the spider killer or whatever, that would have been a dope movie. The fact you tied it into Spider-Man, want to act like she got powers and shit, which she really don't, or the bullshit fact that y'all gonna give us a trailer to show us them 3 Spider Women and they never suit the fuck up.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's just a image of the future. Right. That's where you shit the bed.
Yeah, I'm saddened because I don't even know if they even have the steam to do a sequel to any of those branched off Spider-Man movies. They're all in the backdrop of Spider-Man. And I'm worried about Venom a little bit.
Man, Venom, the last time I was so pissed. I had an episode about that where I was pissed. I was yelling my ass off. I started having a vein come right here because I'm like, when did Venom become a fucking comedian? My Venom is terrifying.
Yeah.
The Venom I know is fucking terrifying. The last time I remember my Venom, I'd be worried about Spider-Man when he in the same building as Venom. I'm like, Parker, you need to get your ass out of there.
Yeah.
This dude wants to eat you.
Yeah.
Like not just eat you. This man wants to consume you. Yeah. I need you to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Now, this don't look like that. It looks like Venom has become a joke. Like Eddie Brock is a joke. And I'm mad Tom Hardy has to play it like this. It's just like, yo, Venom, The Last Dance?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what they're trying to say. As in, like, this, we're not even going to try to connect it with Tom Holland at all.
It's like y'all trying so hard to just not be a part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, you trying so hard to be away from Marvel.
Right.
And do what you want.
But it only had to be a Marvel. It could have just been a Sony project. It could be they're going to do a Spider-Man 4, right?
Yeah, they are doing a Spider-Man 4.
So I think they have to tie it in, man. They got to put Venom in this one.
You got to do something, bro. Something like
it might be a buddy cop thing with Venom and Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see, but Sony is acting like that baby mama that just don't want to give up no TV.
You should give her your TV?
Yeah, they don't want to give up your TV. and don't want to give up your Netflix password or your Hulu passwords. Like, let the shit go.
Yeah.
Let the shit go. Get that shit back to Marvel.
Yeah.
Anytime you come on Netflix, all your settings change with reality shows because she's like, yo, give up the pass. Like, yo, just give me the password to my shit.
Spider-Man, they ain't get rid of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is making buku money.
Too much money, bro. The cartoons is what's really getting them paid.
Yeah.
That's why yeah. Oh, yeah, but them cartoons,
yeah.
Oh, they love that shit. Like them new levels. Like that's why in the Spider-Verse, that Spider-Man XD from Disney, that's one of the most successful Spider-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, bro, them kids love that shit. Yeah. They love that little drawing style of him. I'm just like, okay, because they got another.
Give it back to MCU. They're not giving it back.
They're not giving it. They're not giving it back. I know they're not. That's
I gotta see how much it's worth. Let me look at how much it's worth.
Shit, Spider-Man franchise, man.
Spider-Man character, yeah.
I at least say like triple digits in the millions. All around franchise, like movies, merchandise.
Yeah. Well, they're not. Let me see.
Tell us that.
Yeah. Whoa, slow down, brother.
You asking too many questions.
Hey, what are you doing here, brother? This is the internet.
We don't give out that kind of information.
Yeah. Here it is. In 2023, it's worth $25 billion. Oh,
nigga, I was way off.
Spider-Man brand is worth $25 billion.
I said here. I'm sorry. I undershot that. I'm so sorry, Spider-Man.
When you said the cartoon, I was just going off of the movies and the merchandise.
No, I said it was sitting in like the triple billions. I was $25 billion. Sony ain't giving that up.
Yeah,
Sony ain't giving that shit up. We ain't never getting that password back.
Yeah,
that's wild. Well, as speaking of billions, though, another quick story. Now, to the regular public, y'all may not know this as much as myself and Dion may have been in this industry, but we know Paramount been trying to sell itself like a $2 hoe for like the last 5 years. And it has had bidders. It has had people that wanted to buy it, and it was just no goose. For some reason, all of them fell through. But that is no longer the case.
Talk about it.
Paramount has sold, and they have sold to somebody very unlikely that came and swooped in.
Arby's?
That'd been hooked, bro. I'd have started off like that and said, hey, they got more than the meats. I'd have started that off.
Arby's owns everything.
Arby's owns everything. Arby's didn't get this one, though. Sundance Media has purchased Paramount for $8 billion deal.
It's a good move.
Sundance is a good move. For those that don't know about Sundance, Sundance is responsible for Top Gun. It is responsible for the Spy Kids franchise. It is responsible for Mission Impossible. It is also have a video game department where the new Marvel's 1946 Rise of Hydra is coming from Sundance. So
is this Sundance connected to the film festival as well?
Skydance. I'm so sorry. Skydance.
Oh, okay.
Skydance. My apologies. Skydance. That's that Southern. I gotta be trying to make sure I gotta pay attention to. Skydance. The one that normally see the words coming above the sun and stuff like that. Those Skydance has purchased Paramount. And their plans is to definitely clean up Paramount and bring it back to the glory that it had. It is very
same name.
Yeah, they're gonna say. I believe they're gonna still keep it Paramount. It's just now that Skydance is at the helm of it now, so they now have purchased it. They're gonna still let it run, still keep Paramount Plus at this time. We don't know if that's gonna change or not, but they did say that they are going to be bringing a lot more when it comes to Paramount, not only just from movie side, but from television, for apps, and as well as implementing into the video games as well. Especially with them also having an upcoming Star Wars game that they're going to be releasing through Skydance Media. So
nice.
Congratulations to Skydance, but I want to get your thoughts, Dion, on what you think about.
I'm still stuck on you thinking Sundance. I was like, God, that's a brilliant idea, because if a movie was made at Sundance, And I was like, and they can just put it on the show or the platform, short films and documentaries. I was like, oh, this is a good move for filmmakers. Because it's like, man, if my show make it to Sundance and it can get on this platform, I said, oh, this is dope for us.
Hey, we need to make that a clip. So Sundance, hear that. Sundance, we know you got some money.
Yeah, you better partner up with one of these streaming services, man, because that will make filmmakers want to be in your program on Sundance. Because, man, if we had the option or opportunity to stream nationwide, worldwide on a platform, that's where it's at. Or just partner with Skydance, because we already messing up on Skydance Sundance. You know?
Yeah.
Two things in the sky that's dancing, you know.
Yep. So y'all actually messed that up because y'all ain't done that yet. So we ain't messed up. Y'all messed up because y'all ain't even put 2 and 2 together yet. We have to do it for you. Get your shit together, Skydance and Sundance, with your dancing in the sky, sons having ass.
Who owns New Line Cinema?
Oh, I want to say Warner Brothers. I think Warner Brothers owns it.
When you see those dancing ladders, what movie do you think about first? The ladders come in.
Oh shit! What do I think of first? The Replacement Killers.
Really?
Replacement Killers. I don't know why. This is not to make this sound bad, but Dion's gonna understand this more than anybody. Every time I see New Line Cinema, I always think of them DVDs that was like the paper, but got the little black little pop that came off of it.
Yeah. Good old DVDs, baby.
Because this
you got one ready?
No, because I don't know if I got one of those, but I know like this the ones y'all used to. The regular DVD. This.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And I wish I had it at the
It wasn't black. It was like that Scotch crazy, like sealing a body tape. And you got to like really peel that mug off.
And that's it. Every one of those was New Line DVDs.
Yeah. And
New Line never had one of these.
And they had the top. Hold on. They had it on the opening part and the top with the left. You be like, God damn it. You be like, ah! Just open up, man. Everywhere. Book
everywhere. Yo, every time I saw that one, I knew, this must be a New Line movie. And then as soon as it starts, you see the ladders come. Yep, this is the New Line. I knew it.
I think about Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Trying to find another face.
Or Blade. Blade is another one I think of.
Yep.
Blade is another one.
I should make a video of that and just do this. And say, when y'all see this, what movie I think? I want to hear people's thoughts on that.
Put that out. Put that shit out. And make sure you tag straight out of comic books. So
absolutely.
I can collaborate with it.
For sure.
With that one. Yeah. So 2 more stories. This other one, we just got to talk about it because it is one of the biggest things. John Cena has recently announced that he will be retiring from in-ring competition in the WWE in 2025. So it wasn't I came out and I'm retiring. He's going to give us a whole 2025 tour.
That's dope.
And hopefully with everything just scheduling wise that he hopes that he can go through the entire year and leave in December. Like it's not just like one thing I'm gonna do at WrestleMania. Like he wants to be at Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, SummerSlam 2025, all the way up to the end of December before he gives his final goodbye. So I just want to get your thoughts on who they potentially call the GOAT of wrestling. Finally putting up the old jean shorts and baseball cap and hanging it up. What are your thoughts?
So do you think he makes more money there or in movies?
Movies. Definitely movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Why not? I never watched any wrestling. I know him from wrestling. I thought GOAT was The Rock of the biggest wrestler. Do you agree, or is it Hulk Hogan? Who do you think?
Mine's Stone Cold for wrestling. For wrestling,
Stone Cold.
Yeah, it's Stone Cold for wrestling.
If here we go. If the WW, I don't know if it's WCW, WWF, I don't know which one it is now. What is it now?
It's WWE.
If the WWE was a one-hit wonder, who was the big hit of the history, the face of WWE?
Oh, who's the face?
As in, like, if it smells like, give me your greatest. Who's the first person you on list? Oh yeah, my Mount Rushmore gotta go with boom.
Oh dang, yeah, it would still be Austin. If we doing Mount Rushmore, it'd probably be Austin, Triple H. This ain't in order either. Rock and Undertaker.
Wow, you didn't say John Cena or The Rock or John Cena. You didn't say John Cena.
Nah, John. Don't get me wrong. Like John Cena is definitely in top 10.
Yeah,
but it's like when and again, this is what it is. If we compare it to baseball, I've said this before. John Cena is like LeBron James. He's the LeBron James of the WWE. And you've seen how that comes with when they talk about LeBron James of being the greatest of all time.
Right.
I'm not denying that he's one of the greatest of all time. Never not saying that. I believe John Cena is one of the greatest of all time. Do I believe that he is a Mount Rushmore as he would go up there on the mantle of all of them? Absolutely not.
Yikes.
And I have a great debate on how all of that is.
I think he was too ordinary. He didn't have no tattoos. He didn't have no fancy pants or a hat or a snake or a toothpick. He didn't have like a crew. Well, I don't know if he had a crew or not, but I just felt he was too ordinary.
That was it. It was too, for me, it was very whitewashed for me.
You couldn't be him for Halloween.
You couldn't be in Halloween, and it never changed. And that was the thing, was like, this is a pause, but you're going to stuff him down our throats no matter what. And you're gonna keep giving us that. And the other thing too is from a GOAT standpoint, you have to be able to have been in a transitional period to survive every period. I do not think Cena would have survived in the Attitude Era.
Wow.
Like if he would have started within the Attitude Era, I don't think he would be the success that he is today. I don't think he would have survived the Monday Night Wars. I don't think any of that would have happened. I think because of when you started and how how it moved, that's why you were able to sustain yourself.
How was Dave Bautista?
Batista, I put him in like top 20.
Yeah, was he any good?
20. He was good. Yeah, no. Batista was great. Like Batista was a great world champion. He had the look, he had the tattoos, he had great storylines. Like you wanted to see him, and he had great rivalries too. Right. But that's why. But even too, like I'm not finna put him. I wouldn't put him over Cena.
Wow.
Like Batista was great, but I wouldn't put him over Cena. Cena has way more moments and have made more of an impact within the industry than Batista did. But Batista is a great, and he's a crowd favorite. It's the same thing with like Randy Orton. Randy Orton is great. I know you may not know who he is, but he's like an industry guy. He's a third generation. His family's been in there the whole time. He's probably I could be wrong. I want to say third or fourth as far as like holding titles in the wrestling industry. Like, of course, Ric Flair has 16 world championships. Then John Cena is tied with him. I believe there's another person that has 15, and then the next one is 14, and that's held by Triple H and Randy Orton. So so he's right there in the top of most reigns. But I would put him in my top 10. But I still wouldn't put Randy over Cena.
Wow. Yeah, because like I said, just me on the outside of this wrestling world, the ones that stick out is obviously the ones that have transitioned over to movies. But the classics like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Goldberg. Am I saying it wrong?
Nah, it's just if you were to say that on a wrestling podcast, people would go cut your ass out.
Really?
But yeah, a lot of people don't fuck with Goldberg. But luckily, you are safe here, and I agree. I love Goldberg.
Is he a villain? Is he a villain or what?
Nah, he just Goldberg. Like, here's the thing: we love Goldberg because of what he did and the impact he had when he was there. It's when you get older, you start realizing Goldberg can't wrestle. Oh. And Goldberg hurt a lot of people in these matches that he had. But that entrance, that music, and that fucking spear, we look past all that.
Yeah.
Yo, this man is the shit. But as you get older, you're like,
that was not great. Yeah.
I see why people didn't like you.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? Because then you start thinking about it. Yo, his matches were only like 2 minutes. Spear, he won. Jackhammer, win. He never had a long match.
Wow.
And then when you get older, and then he came back to wrestle when he was a little older, and then you really see that, and you're like, huh.
You were a fraud.
You were a fraud.
Yeah,
so
man. Like I said, I never watched any of the matches, and I know where they came from. How do you feel about people that are actors going into wrestling versus the reverse? As in, like, you know,
I don't mind it. My thing is the only thing I always want to make sure of is that you're taking it seriously. As long as you're taking it seriously, as long as you're paying the respect to the business, I don't mind the transition, because I don't think it's fair for you to take someone out because of the status that they have. So like, even for like an example, like Logan Paul being there, I already know Logan Paul's an asshole. We all know Logan Paul's an asshole. But I would tell someone you're a hater then, and not in a good way, because of him. You're just a pure out hater if you don't have respect for what he does in the ring. Right. I've seen this man in the ring. The man puts on a phenomenal performance, and he gets better each and every single match. You can see him learning. You can see him taking this very seriously. So you can't have respect for that, then I can't have a conversation with you about Logan Paul. But you need to have it like he is the totem pole. Like, you have to be there if you're going to be a celebrity and want to come into this. You have to give it that kind of attention. Otherwise, you run into like a David Arquette situation.
Hold on. Are we talking about the same person from Scream?
Yes. David Arquette was the WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
The ex-husband of Monica?
Dewey from Scream was the same belt Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Goldberg held. At one point in WCW's history, he was named the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and he won it in the most horrible fucking way.
That's crazy. I gotta look this up.
Yes. And still wrestles to this day.
It's the what? It's the wrestles.
Yeah, he came back and wrestled in like these extreme ass wrestling. You know the ones you be sending us where they be having like the glass tubes and be breaking it over to the. He did that.
Yeah. He's like 59, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming up, he goes up. Huh?
I say you look that up, you go see it.
Yeah, I will. Congratulations to John Cena for doing what he did with the wrestling world. I will say that his new movie that's coming out, Jackpot, looks very entertaining, but it's definitely the same stolen idea of Lottery Ticket.
Yes,
pissed me off, and I know it's gonna do numbers because of who they are. But I'm just like, this is the same exact plot line.
And all you did was give the setting of The Purge. That was it. That's the only thing you changed. It was like, oh, it's the future, and we are okay with this now.
Yeah.
I was like, but yo, bro, y'all remake Lottery Ticket with 2 culture vultures.
Yeah. Woo! Culture vultures
of all time, and y'all made them make Lottery Ticket.
Yeah, because I think Lottery Ticket was like, he won on a Friday, he couldn't cash it until Monday or something like that.
Yep.
And then he said, "Don't tell nobody." And the word the word got out. Pretty much.
That's it. And the only difference was they were just trying to
Survive.
get him to do stuff for him. And that's it. He was like, yo, I don't want all my money taken. But instead it was like, yo, no, instead what we're gonna do, this is you gotta kill the person, and then that's how much you'll get for taking them out.
Yeah. It made it into like an actual purge, where lottery ticket meets purge.
Yep. So basically, y'all made it white. I'm not killing no dude over no lottery ticket.
Yeah, I think a lot of writers, I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of writers watch movies and be like, yeah, they should have did it like this. I'm gonna make my movie like this. They watch movies, get the premise like, I wish the movie Barbie had went this direction. You know what? This fine. I do it. I'm gonna
make it. But like, you know what, man? Winnie the Pooh should have been a horror movie.
I got it from here.
Well, you know, they have a whole like
2 of them.
But a universe. You know, the whole universe is coming, right?
Of Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. The serial killer universe. Hold on.
Boy.
Hold on. Oh, I forgot what it's called. But it's like a whole.
Before you say that, is John Cena and The Rock good? I've never seen them in a movie.
Yeah.
Have they ever fought each other?
Yeah. No, they're good.
They don't never talk about each other at all. I don't know if it's just like, I know we both transitioned over, but we ain't doing fucking movies together.
No, they are. They did. They did the Fast and Furious movies together. They were on the same set and everything like that. No, they've reconciled and talked with one another and gotten situated. It was just for the simple point of like, it was very hypocritical of it. Like, John Cena was basically kind of pissed because, you know, in a way he left and kind of like abandoned the company in his eyes. So it was just like, like fuck those that like use this just to catapult and then dish the company. But he just hadn't, processed in his head that it's like, that is the natural transition. Like, especially like when you become the mega star that you are, like, not all people are meant to just go to the back and be in the behind the scenes in production of WWE. Some of you are stars. And it was like, John, I can always see you in the movie.
Right.
And I don't think he had noticed that was going to be his next transition in there. And so when it did become that, he was like, shit.
I am a hypocrite.
Yeah, I am a hypocrite. I was sitting here bashing the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But yeah, they have the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Not only the sequel, a third one is coming out. There's going to be a Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare that is going to drop, and I believe that's going to drop in the UK this year.
Love it.
Bambi, The Reckoning is coming out. Apparently, Bambi saw his mom get killed, and he said, "Fuck humans."
Oh boy,
knocking niggas out. There's a trailer for the Bambi.
Yes,
Bambi, The Reckoning. Pinocchio Unstrung is coming out. Snow White returns.
Yo, how are they doing this, man? How are they doing this? How are they able to use these Disney characters?
I don't know. And then they doing Awakening Sleeping Beauty. I don't know what the fuck that's gonna be about. God, but no, you ready? You ready for the big one?
Is this the coup de grace?
The Twisted Child universe, Monsters Assemble. Why are they doing an Avengers movie with all of these people? With all of these characters? No, I gotta look this up. Universal's new month. Oh, hold on, I gotta look this up, dude. This is out of control. The Twisted Childhood universe. They are making all of these.
Okay, Twisted Child. Okay, this is wild. I do gotta get up out of here though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Definitely appreciate you having you on here, Dion. Check that out. And I will definitely get back with you, man. But just let them know where they can find you.
Yeah. I'm just now seeing what Clint typed in the chat. Yeah, so follow me on all platforms, DionLack, Dion with an I. Follow me on YouTube at Lack Toast, ENT, LACKTOAST, ENT, and you will see a couple videos. I do a podcast with Chaz Rogers and Twilla Tanyi. Talk to us. We go live and you're part of the conversation. So yeah. All right. Will, it's a pleasure. Love you to death, brother. Hit me up anytime, man.
Yeah, love you, bro, man. Enjoy your day. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir. But yeah, so we're gonna keep it pushing as well. Like I said, we stay live. We got about another hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the outro real quick. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Straight Out of a Comic Book. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow all of our pages. That's YouTube, that is on Twitch, Straight Out of a Comic Book, as well as all of our social platforms, TikTok, Instagram. X is the only one that's different. That is SOACB, but we are on there as well as Facebook, Straight Out of a Comic Book. Follow and support. Tell your friends that are also liking these type of conversations to follow as well, and let's keep building this community. I've been Will Pharaoh, and I will catch you next time.
You are now in tune with the greatest wrestling promotion in Houston, Texas. This is where only the Trill will survive. The greatest and brightest superstars enter into the battle arena of the Trill Championship Wrestling industry. This is for Houston. This is for real wrestling. This is TCW.